to the Breakthrough Show. It's Shirley and Jessica. Yes, we love y'all.
Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the Queen of Joy herself, Jessica Dugas.
The Queen of Joy is here and tired this morning. Y'all, my daughter tried to fly at 2 o'clock in the morning. More on that to come. I also have Double D's Chronicles for you today, a very short one. I've got some Black History Month knowledge for you this morning. What else do I have? We have birthdays, of course, coming up, and we are one official day away from a very special birthday celebration tomorrow here on Project Joy. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I'm so excited that you are here with me this morning. I would love for you to take a moment, head over to the comment section, whatever platform you're on, and share a moment of joy or gratitude wherever you are in the world today. Let me know what's bringing you joy today. And I would also like to invite you on the show here this morning. Just head over to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button to share a moment of joy or gratitude live on air with me this morning. I see we have some fabulous people over in the comments already here today, and I'm going to get to you guys in just a minute. After nearly 21 years of being a mom, the jolting awake in the middle of the night both does not bring me joy, and partly, I guess, the has a side effect of joy. It's that I know my heart's still working. I know that that's still working well in the morning, in the middle of the night, and yeah, that's the joy. My daughter came in the middle of the night to lay with us, and then we hear this big thud at 2 a.m. She went to roll off my bed, which is pretty high off the floor. She is fine. Don't worry about it. But she always like it was a huge thing. Of course, I am the worrier. I've got my flashlight on my phone, checking her over, feeling for bumps, looking for bruises, making sure all the limbs move and everything else. And then she had to go to the bathroom, but she couldn't walk to the bathroom. She could walk. She just didn't want to walk in the middle of the night. And so I have to carry her, and I am a weakling here, people. I have to carry her to the bathroom. And when we get in there, I said, Leah, you are not a bird. You're not a bird, honey. Stop trying to fly. And she just cracking up laughing. So I'm glad I have my humor at 2 a.m. So yeah, it does not bring me a whole lot of joy though at 2 a.m. And so, I ended up sharing yesterday on my Facebook story. So for anybody that is not aware, I decided it was like a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago, to do like a day in the lifestyle Facebook story every single day leading up to my birthday, which is tomorrow, to share like all parts of my life and what goes on. And it's been a really vulnerable thing for me because I have shared very willingly that, I deal with a lot of chronic things. I'm very good in some moments, and other moments I come crashing down, and it's challenging. It's always been challenging for me. And last night happened to be one of those nights. I shared yesterday that I was exhausted from the night before. Obviously, we eat a vegan diet, but vegan does not automatically equal healthy. I think some people get it in their mind that like we eat just lettuce and that's it. No, there's a lot of stuff that we can eat that's plant-based that is not good for you. And so like I had, a pretty decadent meal while we were in Huntsville, stuff that is outside of what I typically eat. And and I pay for it. My body doesn't like it very much at all. So I was very tired. I didn't eat well. And so I shared yesterday on the show, I was like, I think it's going to be a nap day. Well, I took a nap. And then I woke up and I felt really rested. And then I felt really bad after that. I immediately started having different symptoms and needed to just lay back down. So I was down for the night, and I was sharing about that. Being as vulnerable as I could be on my story, and was like, listen, this is the flip side of it. This is the part where I get to walk my talk. This is the part where I get to find the joy anyway. This is the part where I get to show who I am and figure it out. And this is the part where I get to grumble but be joyful anyway. This is the part where I get to be anxious but be joyful anyway, and all of these different things, and be this multifaceted human that I know that we are. And so I shared on my story last night, I really was feeling very bad. And so I had gone to bed pretty quickly after 9 o'clock. I watched my guilty pleasure last night, Married at First Sight. Any Married at First Sight fans here in the audience, let me know, because I love some maths, and I have been a fan since season 1. And it's horrible. It's like it's a whole train wreck, but I am here for it. And I love that show. So I watched that, and then I fell asleep. And so thank God, because I had this nap and then I fell asleep, and then my daughter tried to fly at 2 a.m. So I had a couple hours there where I was kind of up and moving about and helping her. And I'm going to yawn now. And then I had to try to get back to sleep. So today I'm going to try really hard not to take a nap, because when I do, it seems to not pay off for me really well. So I am not going to be doing that today. I'm going to try to stay up, but I'm very excited because I have a couple meet and greet calls today for the Breakthrough Show Network. I am actually, and she doesn't know this, I was introduced to someone, and we had a little bit of email interaction before our call today, coming up this afternoon. And I saw in her description, or her signature of her email, that she is from the town, a little sub town of where I grew up. So I'm very excited to get that, similarity going there, and have something to connect us right off the bat. Because I've been thinking about this so much lately. I shared yesterday on the show, that kind of fire that has built inside me to really feel like I want to travel, and I want to meet people, and I want to, like, Project Joy on the road, and get to connect with a lot of the people that I've met here on the Breakthrough Show Network. And I have also felt a really big pull to go home, quote unquote. I am home. I'm very much at home here. Please don't take that the wrong way. But to get back to go visit where I grew up again, and go do that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's something that's really top of mind for me right now. I feel like a call to just go. And obviously it can't just go. My husband is starting his new job soon, but he is working from home. So once we are into that a little bit and the flexibility is there, I think we're just going to go. We're going to enjoy and see how that goes. So we'll find out as time goes on. So just thinking about that, though, is really bringing me joy this morning, and I'm really excited to connect with a couple of new people today. Let me go over to the comments and see what is going on over here with you guys and the joy this morning. Our new friend CJ is back this morning, her and her puppy. Good morning, CJ. It's good to see you here again today, my new friend. Thank you for being here. Miss Brittany is here this morning. Grand Rising. Adam Duval is here from across the pond. Good afternoon, Adam. It is good to see you. Jason said, what brings me joy is the pop figures. That's very cool. I saw there was a whole case. I didn't go see which ones they were. You're talking about those little with the big heads? Is that what we're talking about here before I go off on this rampage? If that's what you're talking about, there was a container of those, like a glass case, a glass case of those at the little chocolate place that we went to. I don't know what characters they were though. Next time I'll look closer. I will look closer and see. Adam says, what's bringing me joy today is the fact that I will be talking about what is people's purpose in life tonight at 6:30. Listen now, 6:30 p.m. I have no idea what time that is here in the United States. You guys know I'm like time zone illiterate unless I have it right in front of me. But I'll have an amazing guest on the show, and that is amazing. I love that topic though, because I've had people on the show as well that have talked about purpose. And then I've also had people on the flip side that have talked about how you don't need a purpose, how purpose is bullshit and all. So I love that. I love offering different perspective, different sides of things. And listen, I've got some stuff on that coming up as well, a little follow up to what we talked about earlier in the week as well, of all of the controversy going on in the Spotify world. But we'll get to that here in a few minutes as well. Brittany said she thinks she finally stopped work. 2 a.m. I can't do it. I can't. My body is just like, woman, sit down. Go sit down somewhere and have a rest. CJ said, my dog brings me joy because he's all I have, and it keeps me with my health condition. Oh, I love that, CJ. I love that. Animals are so special that way. I had a few minutes with our bunny this morning, and you guys will get to see her tomorrow. I realized that I didn't show her last Friday for Fluffy Friday, but I keep pointing back here because that's where she is. You'll see her tomorrow for Fluffy Friday for the birthday shenanigans tomorrow. So make sure you're here for that tomorrow. Don't miss it. CJ loves Married at First Sight. Would you really do that, CJ? Would you be on it? No, okay. So here's the thing. Now you're going to get me on the maths kick. I've been watching from the beginning, and reality is always with, the drama. I loved The Real World that used to be on MTV. I remember watching the very first season. I just watched the reunion show that was on, I think it was on Paramount, the Paramount Plus channel or whatever. It's streaming channel. I watched that, and I have not watched the LA one yet, but I want to watch that as well. But that was like, it was so much drama. And even when they did the reunion, so much drama. So there's always been, always will be drama when it comes to, the reality shows and all of that. But for me, Married at First Sight at the very beginning, because they're on season 14 now, at the very beginning of the show, I felt that real focus on love and trying to find love. And in the process, we know, especially so I met my husband online. And there was in the process of finding love, there is always going to be drama anyway. And my opinion is that we don't need to create more drama to make it interesting. Does that make sense for everybody? Like, we don't, but we do that. We do that sometimes as humans. We like to create the drama. And my friend Shiraz will talk a lot about that in his book, How to Rewrite Your Reality. And how we do it subconsciously. We do it because we're comfortable with drama. We get a hormonal payoff from drama. There's a lot of different reasons that we do it. And usually the first people to say, oh, I don't like the drama, they're the ones that are creating drama. And so I watch it, and typically I don't say anything because, look, not my circus, not my monkeys kind of thing. But you see it happen, okay? And I have been guilty of this as well. You watch the drama unfold. So my opinion is that the show would have enough drama if they just focused on what the show's about, which is getting married at first sight. That in itself is dramatic, right? Like, we don't need to add all of this stuff, but they keep casting people that clearly are coming with drama. And and at the beginning of the show, I felt like it was focused on the purpose, on finding love, on Married at First Sight. And now as time has gone on, it's almost like you can kind of tell they're like choosing people that come with drama and that are really dramatic people just to increase the drama. And I just like, I want to hear the stories. Like, I don't want to see the cat fights between the wives. I don't want to the baby mama drama and all of, like, let's go back to when the focus was just getting married at first sight. Like, that was enough. So it's a little bit frustrating. So that was why I asked. CJ said, I'm almost 40. I need a husband. Hey, I have some friends that are around because I'll be 41 tomorrow. And I have some friends that are not married, do not have kids. Meanwhile, I'm over here having kids for everybody. I have 6 for anybody that is new to me. But I don't know. Like, you wonder sometimes with some of the people. There's one person. How do you feel, CJ, about Alyssa? Are you watching this season? How do you feel about Alyssa? Because I'm going to tell you how I feel about Alyssa, but it's not going to bring me joy. At the end of the day, all of these people are human beings, but I feel like sometimes more recently the motives are not finding love, finding Married at First Sight. It's knowing they're going to get that 15 minutes of fame. And no shade for that, but I feel bad for the other party. I feel bad for the one that they're marrying that is in it for love or whatever. And they're obviously not getting that. Oh my God, Jester, what a coincidence. Jester met my husband online too. He sure did. He sure did. And he says home is where the food is. And I'm glad, Jason, that you clarified about the pop figures. Thank you for that. Oh, CJ's not on this season yet, girl. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. And she said, I would agree. I would just go on it to meet someone. Well, and that's why I struggle with where they're sort of at now with the show, because you never know, like, are they going to pair people who are like in it for love with someone who's in it for 15 minutes? And that's not a fair pairing. And it's, they do background checks and all of that stuff, but a background check is not going to tell you what someone's intentions are inside of them. And there's a lot of people in this world who are amazing actors and actresses. It just is what it is. And so, yeah, it's hard for me. It's like, I think a part of it is at the beginning of the show when they did it years ago. Nobody had seen it yet. No one had really known what they were in for. It really was focused on that. And then people watch and go, oh, I can get all this attention and I can have a focus on my business and whatever else they feel like they can be on the show for. And another show, I don't know if you guys have seen Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. It's really raunchy and not a show that I always recommend. However, the funny part is that the percentage of couples that are still together from that raunchy show are higher, I think, at this point than Married at First Sight, which has experts and professional matchmaking and all of that stuff. So that's really ironic. But so that show, it is very obvious what the theme is. They take all of these sexy singles, they put them on an island. They think that they're there to get the hookups and everything else, but they're not actually there for that. They have this little cone that comes up and looks like, those Renews It air fresheners. It's supposed to be like an Alexa device, or like a Echo or whatever. It's supposed to be a device like that, but it looks like a Renew's-It air freshener cone. Is what it looks like. But this little, they're partying, they're pretending they're on this island to like hook up with hot people, and then this cone pops up and is like, "Oh, sorry, you are now under Lana's rules. You cannot kiss, you cannot touch, you cannot have sex, you can do nothing." Okay, and all of their like, like their world has just come crashing. I told you it was raunchy, horrible, and dramatic. But it's amusing because what they had to do, because so many people, they are finding it more difficult to find sexy singles for this show because they have seen the show. So it's harder for them. So what they had to do for season 3 is they had to do it tape it immediately after season 2, before season 2 even came out, because they were finding it more and more people were watching season 1 and learning about the show and going, I ain't doing that, kind of thing. So I think it's different when a show first comes out and the intentions are different, and it's like, okay, they might be in it for one thing, but then as more people see it, I feel like it gets kind of tainted, is my whole point of my rant. My kids do not have pop. I think we might have one. Two. I bought my daughters 2 of the Saved by the Bell characters for Christmas one year. We have Lisa and Jesse Spano. So those are somewhere, but we don't like have a collectible case or anything like that. Yeah, I know, right? Even 90 Day Fiance has more couples together still. It's scary. Back to having internet issues here this morning. So I know it might be a little choppy or whatever, but let me know if you guys can still hear and see me and everything else. We should be back here in just a moment. I'm going to call these people and have a word. I'm going to tell you what, we just had somebody out here to fix the intranet. Okay. Chad says, never buy a vehicle you don't test drive first. Amen. I actually loved that. Shelley Belly had a little bit about that in her comedy show the other night that I went to go see. That was so funny. And there was a bachelorette party in the audience, and it was funny. That's all I'm going to tell you. So listen, I've got some Black History stuff coming up for you this morning. I have a very small Double D's Chronicles coming up about finding my soul. I found my soul person. I have found my soulmate Walmart shopper. And I'm going to talk about that this morning. I also have birthdays coming up later today. And what else do I have going on? I wanted to make sure that you guys are following Shelley Belly Comedy. So I'm going to give you a little look at her TikTok as well on our social media section today, and remind you that you can head over to projectjoypodcast.com, click the join live button, and join me live on air this morning for the next segment to share a moment of joy or gratitude if you would like. And we will be right back after this. So stay tuned, you guys.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every month for exclusive programming, where we invite you to go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make sure that you visit us at thebreakthroughshow.com because we have lots of amazingness happening over there. We've been getting little updates every day to the website in preparation for season 6 of The Breakthrough Show, which is coming back on Friday, March 4th. We are very excited to kick off Breakthroughs Around the World, where we will be talking to 40 people from 40 different countries to, talk about our similarities, honor our differences, and celebrate our connection as humans. So I'm very excited about this season that's coming out. A little new and different from what we've been doing. And one of my favorite parts that's coming up, you get a little behind the scenes, is that we're doing these like 10 quick fire questions at the end of each episode with each guest. And, just cute little questions, but it would be fun to see the similarities between what people share, no matter where they're from, no matter what their upbringing is. And to, like I said, honor those differences as well, instead of using them as a means to separate us, because there's enough of that going on in the world. I did want to quickly follow up on a topic that we talked about earlier in the week. I was sharing very candidly my opinion on what has been going on in the Spotify world, the situation with Joe Rogan and Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and all of the other stuff that's going on. And I, again, sort of disclaimer, I realize that's not, the typical joy-filled topic that we do talk about here. But when we're dealing with this stuff, it is our choice to find the joy in what's going on in any given situation. And it is our choice and our responsibility to find that if we want to be more joyful in our lives, if we want to live with more joy. And it is also our choice and responsibility to look at the situation and choose where we stand with it, if we want to stand anywhere at all. It is, and I'm seeing a lot of other things. I was sent a video yesterday from a response from the singer India Ari, and she was making a really great point about the fact that that Spotify should be a little bit worried about the musicians pulling out, because what's a music streaming service without the musicians? And I agree with that. But I also, part of her frustration was around the fact that the musicians, I don't remember the percentage, I didn't write it down or anything, but musicians only get like 0.003 or 0.005% kickback from the streams and everything else. And here they have a contract with Joe Rogan for, a lot of money. And the thing of it is it's, and this is what I was good, bad, or indifferent, right, wrong, or indifferent. It is every company's choice who they want to partner with and who they want to, do business with. And while I feel like it can be a pretty slippery slope to pick and choose people to partner with, that's still a business decision that they have to make. And you go in and you join these services, or you put your music somewhere thinking that you're going to get, knowing what you're getting into, and then getting upset about it when they make decisions that they have to make. I know she also pointed out instances where Joe Rogan was far from politically correct, far from it. He said words that I would never utter online, and that's my prerogative and that's his prerogative. And we talked about this when we talked about it the other day, that freedom is not devoid of consequences. And again, with the word consequences, it doesn't mean automatically bad consequences. It means consequences. It means the result of. So when you choose to do something, whether it's business or personal or whatever, that there is a consequence, there is a reaction, there is a payoff, there is something that happens afterwards. And that's what I mean by consequence. So his words that he's said are not devoid of consequences. The decisions that Spotify is making are not devoid of consequences, and the decision that the musicians are making are not devoid of consequences. So, that's why my whole point of joining in this conversation with everybody the other day was that everybody's right. That's the thing. Everybody's right in their own space. You may be mad about what somebody else is doing or saying and choosing to do. You may be real mad. You may be pissed off. You may think they're wrong for them doing what they're doing, but in their world, they're right. Everybody has to choose where they stand. Everybody has to choose what they're doing. And there are little pieces of what everybody's doing that I'm like, you got to do what you got to do. It is what it is. But I continue as a fellow podcaster, as a fellow talk show host, I continue to stand for, we have to, the two things. Number one, we need to have the freedom to have our platform. Now, it doesn't mean that people have to host us. Places like Spotify has every right to go, you know what, Jessica, I don't like what you say on Project Joy. I don't like what you say on the Breakthrough Show, and you're not going to be on our platform. And that's fine. I don't have any hate for that. There's not like, bye. You don't have to like me, and you don't have to like what I'm saying, and you don't have to like what I stand for, kind of thing. And the other part, but we need to be able to, we need to be free to have our platform, period. On whatever, somewhere in the world. And then the other part of that is that and I pointed this out before, I talk about a lot of different things on the show. We talked about before when Adam came on and was talking about passion on his show. I've had people on the Breakthrough Show that have talked about the importance of passion, to pointing out your passion, same thing, same topic that Adam was talking about. But I've also had people come on and talking about how you don't need a passion, how passion is bullshit, how it's a complete opposite side of the spectrum. And so I want to be free as a self-made journalist, so to speak, to have both perspectives on if I want to, and know that the audience is going to come in and be like, oh, she had somebody on about passion, and oh, she had somebody on that said they're not, about the passion topic. And then don't pigeonhole the hosts to what you think that they believe. Just because we have taken a neutral stance and saying we are showing both sides of this topic does not mean that we are for or against anything that you want us to be for or against. It means that we are doing our job and showcasing the things on our platform that we feel like are important to showcase. And that is the end of my rant today. I have not watched Fear Factor, but I know that Joe Rogan was a part of that. But I think I might have watched an episode a long time ago or something like that. But it was never like something that I watched. I don't find the joy in watching people like eat scorpions for money. No, there's not joy in that for me. I suppose there could be if I wanted to find it. I don't want to spend. That's part of the beautiful thing about finding joy. That's part of the beautiful thing about finding joy. You can choose to not spend your energy finding joy in something if you don't want to. And I personally choose not to spend my energy finding joy in people eating nasty shit. I'm just not doing it. Brittany says, absolutely. And mic drop. I know the mic drop was for something else, but I'm going to use that mic drop here for the scorpion as well. I'm just going to, no. No, thank you. I'm glad you're getting a good laugh out of that, CJ. So listen, I want to get to our little No, I think we're going to do this first. We're going to do a little bit of Black history. So I have been educating myself this month on some different people in the Black community who have done amazing things. And I was not familiar with this gentleman that I learned about today. A couple of the people that I've learned about, I've heard of before. They're pretty big, and this may be a big name in the Black community. I just was not aware of kind of the story and everything before, but I'm going to go ahead and point it out today because I think everybody needs to. This is an educational show here, people. Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson is known as the father of Black history. Woodson in 1926 launched the annual February observance Negro History Week, which became Black History Month in 1976. And he said, those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of biography and history. He was it was really interesting to read a little bit about what he is. He's authored several books. Was a very educated man, went to Harvard University, Berea College, the University of Chicago, and he founded the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. He was born December 19th, 1875 in Virginia and died April 3rd, 1950 in Shaw, Washington, D.C. So he did a lot for education. He did a lot to start to dig into a topic that is still to this day uncomfortable for a lot of people. Look at it. It's not a pretty history. And I shared a little bit about when I went over to do some deliveries with this one Walmart over here. And it is on John Coffey Street. And John Coffey was a very prominent person in this area here in Florence, Alabama. And look, the South is rampant with this history. You just can't miss it wherever you go. And it's also very shoved in your face how present the issues still are in this world today when you're down here. But there's also that doesn't erase that there's a lot of goodness and there's a lot of people doing amazing things. And I shared about so that John Coffey Street, the Walmart is right there. And how many times I had gone there and not really paid any attention to the historical markers that were on that road. But you have one historical marker and then across the road was another. So one day while I had time waiting for the orders, I got out to go check out what the markers are. And like, I'm a very feeling person when I get in certain historical areas. Like I get a vibe going on, and I always kind of had that for that area, but didn't really know why. And to give you kind of the picture, in case you missed that episode where I talked about this, the one historical marker was in front of this brick, very ornate brick area, and the other historical marker was at like the edge of a forest. And you could kind of see stuff in the forest, but not really. Like I saw a bench out there, but you can't really see until you get up on it what we're looking at here. So long story short, the very ornate, the inside is a graveyard. It's beautiful headstones, all of that stuff. That is John Coffey's family cemetery. And then across the little road, there is a ravine, and there's next to the ravine, there is a little forest. And there are, I think over 140 slaves buried in that area, unmarked graves, other than like a little grave marker. There's nothing on it. There's nothing that's saying who the person was, what their name was. And you can see in that how even in the afterlife, it was such a disrespectful thing. It was so different than the slave owners. And it was a beautiful experience for me to go out there and really look and read and kind of take in the very difficult energy that's out there, and sit with that for a minute. And so that's what I mean by it's not pretty. Like you can see even in that even in the afterlife, there was such a tremendous disrespect for humans. We're all human, and it's hard. It's hard to dig into that but I think the biggest honor and respect we can do for that is to do the best we can moving forward, and obviously to try really hard to create a different world, and that starts with ourselves. I have always been really adamant with this platform that we naturally honor other people. I never want to, I'm gonna get a little vulnerable with you guys here this morning. I never want to be this, to fill a spot. I never want to fill a spot. I never want to have this platform and go, well, I would like someone Black to come on this episode and someone Chinese to come on this episode and someone Indian to come on that. That's not, I'm not looking to fill a quota. I am not looking to say, we need to make this look a certain way. That is not what we're doing here. I have always been adamant that on the Breakthrough Show Network, that things unfold naturally, that we have everything covered naturally, because there are people everywhere of every different color, race, creed, orientation, all of that are doing amazing things. And it's not hard to find. I literally every single year put the call out at the end of the year and say, this is what we're doing next year on the Breakthrough Show Network. Who has an amazing story to share? Who has something they really want to say? Who has something they want to share? And I allow that to unfold naturally. And I believe, as they say in the movies, if you build it, they will come. Like, I put the platform out there, and I've always been open to whoever wants to come and share this space with me can do that. And so at any rate, I will digress now. But I wanted to learn a little bit about some different people, some different historical figures for Black History Month this month. So we're doing that on Project Joy as well. And there's a lot of joy in learning about history and learning new things. And I will be the first to admit that the school system doesn't always share everything. Reason number 956 why we homeschool. Anyway, the school system doesn't always share everything. They don't always share the whole truth. And they leave a lot of important things out. Like, I could have been taught. I don't ever remember reading about Mr. Woodson. And I'm so glad that I learned about him today, and that you're all learning with me here on the Breakthrough Show Network on Project Joy. So that is our Black History lesson for today, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed learning about Mr. Woodson as well as I did. And now we are going to have a moment with Double D's Chronicles, because y'all, I have met my soul sister. Double D's Chronicles is the story of two Dugas delivery service people. And don't forget that names have been changed to protect the innocent. So I'm going to say, yesterday we picked up a batch order, and I've shared before, a batch order is several orders put together that you pick them all up at once, and then you go deliver, and typically they're one thing. Now, the part of this, I will say, the little disclaimer that I shared on Double D's before, is that these batch orders, I thought that there are always people who order like one thing. And we had that one time, that customer who ordered 2 containers of salt. And I was like, I'm a little nervous. Is she summoning something over there? Is there a seance happening? Is there a protection spell going on that I was starting to feel like maybe I started hearing like the Ghostbusters music in the back of my head. Maybe we need to get our bread and milk. Is something going to happen here? But then I found out from another customer that a lot of times these single orders are like products that were left off of a bigger order, which doesn't always make a lot of sense to me, because I'm like, how do you miss 2 containers of salt? How do you get like $200 worth of groceries, but then the salt? Anyway, I have no idea. But I have still decided to imagine in my head that people that a lot of these people that's not the case, that these are actually like single orders. And I've gotten a few of those lately where it's like they'll order like a case of soda and a bag of chips, and I'm like, it's 420 somewhere, somebody's hungry. And they got, football games on, 420, whatever it is they've got going on there. But yesterday I pick up the batch order, and it's literally like one item. I think it was seven orders total, all one items except the last one. It was like a bag of chips and a container of muscle milk. Hey, no judgment. Get your fitness on and then sit down and eat those chips. So I get to the one order, and I realize, looking closer, it is literally only a container of fluff. And I just had this picture in my head of somebody having a whole craving, and they're like, God damn it, I want some fluff. I need some y'all know what I'm talking about with the fluff? Do you know fluff, marshmallow fluff? And I just pictured somebody like, I just need some. Today will not be complete unless I have some fluff in my life. And they order the fluff, and then I do my thing where I write the little thank you notes. I put them on the thing, and I go put them at the door. And I just imagine that she is so overwhelmed by the beauty of the thank you note that I put on her fluff. And she is now sitting on her couch with the fluff. She was already depressed. You got to be okay, so there's like this depression level. You have down here where you have a nice, like a hot chocolate depression level. Or no, we can't even do that, because hot chocolate's got to be at least a 3. All right. The bottom of the depression level, you have like, I'm going to clean my house depressed. I have never been that depressed. Okay. I go right to 10, which is pint of Ben and Jerry's depressed. Amen. So like, container of fluff has got to be like, I don't know, an 8 on the. I am upset. I'm not upset enough to get the Ben and Jerry's, but I'm going to get the container of fluff. Okay. And so now I just picture her already in this space of sadness because she had to order the fluff, and now she's sitting on her couch, and she is so moved by the little note that I left, and now she is on the couch with her spoon in the container of fluff. That's what I pictured in my head. You cannot get that out of my head now, because so I feel like I need to check on her today. Are you okay? Do you need more fluff? I'm going to call her Cindy. Cindy, do you need some more fluff? Do you need some Ben and Jerry's? Is there something else I can bring you? A trashy magazine, My Doll. You want me to get you need a hammer? A shovel? What do you need over there? Are you going to be okay? Can I check on you? Listen, Jason's thing is cotton candy's got to be on that list somewhere too. I'm not sure. Where do you guys think cotton candy is? So you have 0. I'm going to clean my house depressed. I skip that level. I'm on Ben and Jerry's level usually. Ben and Jerry's is number 10. Where do you think cotton candy? Oh, cotton candy. Ice cream. You meant ice cream? Oh, are you talking about cotton candy ice cream? Is that a thing? I'm so confused, Jason. You got to break it down in crayon for me this morning, because I'm over here. I'm seeing Cindy on the couch with the fluff, and I'm concerned. I am more concerned about the I'm so glad somebody is amused by me here. I have not heard from Andy in a while, you guys. I've not heard from Andy in a while, and I'm concerned. I've not heard from him in a while. He ordered the chicken nuggets, and then 10 minutes later ordered the pizza. And then a couple weeks later, we were concerned because I was like, are you full now? Are you sure? We delivered to him again a couple weeks later. I think he had like a burger this time or something. And I've not heard from him since. I'm concerned. Is he okay? Does he need something else to eat? I get concerned about it. Listen, you guys think that I'm just, out here just delivering to people and I don't care. I get concerned about these people. I'm concerned if the lady's out of fluff and she needs some emotional support. I am concerned about Andy's always very hungry and I just haven't heard from him. Unless he got another delivery person, in which case I don't want to talk about that because Andy is our mascot here at Double D's Chronicles. At any rate, Cindy, we are sending you all the love. Let us know if you need some support. We're happy to deliver you some Ben & Jerry's, My Doll, whatever you need. You need a hug, we'll come back for that too. That Double D's Chronicles signing out. Jason is just as confused too. He's like, what the hell's happening? I don't know. I've lost control of this show. So listen, we got to do birthdays this morning before we sign off today. It is officially, we are less than 24 hours now to my birthday celebration tomorrow. And I want to make sure that you guys know it's going to be a big birthday celebration. I am inviting, I've always invite you guys every day to come on the show, but I really want you to try tomorrow because we want to have a whole birthday bash tomorrow on the show. So make sure that you go to projectjoypodcast.com, click the join live button and come have my birthday celebration with me tomorrow. Okay. So today, however, is Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. And we have got some fabulous celebrity birthdays today, even over on my celebrity Facebook page. In the celebrity world, we have Daddy Yankee, who is one of my favorite. Listen, anybody else love to Zumba hold on. Side note. Yes, tissues. I could bring her tissues as well. Anybody else love some Daddy Yankee? I love some Daddy Yankee. Gasolina. I love to do the Zumba to Gasolina. You know that song. I probably said that as white as I could just then. Also, Sean Kingston's birthday is today. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You have me in denial when you say it's over. Everybody sing. You're way too beautiful, girl. All right, Sean's gotten more than his 5 minutes of fame here on Project Joy. Sean, happy birthday. Also, the travesty of finding about birthdays today. Let me tell you the travesty that happens. While I'm explaining this, I want you guys to tell me, because this is going to determine if we can be friends. Okay? Are you ready? I need you to tell me in the comments if you have ever heard of and or watched the movie Willow. Have you ever heard of or watched the movie Willow? For 500 points to determine whether or not we can be friends, I need you to say this in the comments. For 500 points, would you like to phone a friend? Have you ever heard of or watched the movie Willow? Let me know, because this is going to get me on my rampage right now this morning for the birthday segment. Okay. I'm also going to get up I need my sound effects this morning. Okay. Me and CJ are best friends. Jason, I don't know. I don't know if we can do this anymore. I don't know, Jason. I don't know. So listen, Warwick Davis's birthday is today. Warwick Davis is an incredible actor. He has been in many different things, including he played Professor Flitwick in the Harry Potter series, but he was also the star of Willow. And He is a little person. He is just an incredible actor. I cannot say enough about Warwick Davis. But when I went to go read about him on his birthday page, they didn't even mention Willow. Like, I had this whole moment of reading it and going, did I imagine it? Was he not the one in Willow? And I had to go do a little more digging. These people did not even mention Willow, and Willow was a staple of my childhood. Sitting here like, okay, Harry Potter is great. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I just watched the reunion, which I cannot believe has been that long. 20 years. What? I just watched the reunion, and then they had a game show of trivia. Oh, I was hitting my button, phoning a friend from behind the screen, and all of that. And I loved it. It was so great. So love Harry Potter. No shade to Harry Potter at all in this comment, but they didn't even mention Willow. And for those of you people that are watching and chicken to comment right now and say, no, you have not watched it. I'm going to give some props to Jason really quick here, who said, no, he admitted it. He was like, nope, haven't seen it. And I fully admit that we may have to work on this in our relationship here on the show. But I am disappointed in the celebrity's birthday site that they did not even mention Willow. I just needed to get on the horse for a minute about that because I'm very upset. How could you? I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Here's the gong for you. The gong for you. That was not loud. I have to turn it up now. Here, there's one more gong. That's that. There's no joy in not putting. I know, CJ. Not many people, and it's disappointing. Is it not disappointing? It ruins my whole day. Also in birthday land, explorer Ferdinand Magellan, who was trying to find that western route to things, he died in 1521, so he real old today. I'm not going to math in my head, but he real old today. Happy birthday to explorer Magellan. Actor Nathan Lane's birthday is today. In celebrity world, on my Facebook page, a couple of my favorite people have birthdays today. Carol Ward has a birthday today. My friend from down in O-Town in Auburn, Alabama area, Oslin Rodriguez, has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Oslin. You guys check out her nonprofit charity, Backpack International. Make sure you check that out on social. She's doing amazing things, and of course, raising money for that for her birthday as well. And then one of my favorite people on the planet, who I just love, from Overcoming Odds. And I join his Courageous Conversations call every single Saturday. I watch his Just a Squirrel Looking for a Nut show. He is amazing. And he is actually in Africa right now doing, I talked to him briefly this morning. He's serving for his birthday, and that's what he does the best, serving other people. So happy birthday to my good friend Oleg Lohid. I just love him so much. He has also been a guest on the Breakthrough Show, and I thank him for everything he does in this world. I thank him for being a part of my life, being a friend, for trusting me, for creating a space for me to be who I am, for always encouraging the work that I'm doing in the world. And just thank you for being an amazing human being. You guys can also check out his TED Talk. Just look up Oleg Lohid on YouTube and you will find his TED Talk as well. So happy birthday, Oleg. And we're going to do our birthday song now. Here we go. I've got my sound effects ready today. We are ready to go. We got the drum roll, and then we got the birthdays. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy Yankee, Sean Kingston, Warwick Davis, Ferdinand Magellan, Nathan Lane, Carol Ward, Oslin Rodriguez, and Oleg Lohid. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. And speaking of birthdays, I want to remind you one last time, tomorrow is a fantastic birthday celebration here on Project Joy Live. Will you be joining me tomorrow? Will you be joining me tomorrow for the birthday celebrations? Don't miss it. You can get your notifications a couple different ways. You can join our Breakthrough Show Network text community for show notifications, insider info, and special offers. I just want to tell you guys that this is a professional text community here. Okay. It's not my phone number. It is a business number. But you're also talking directly to me. You just text the word breakthrough to 256-685-7092 in the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. Again, that's 256-685-7092. If you don't ever remember what word to text, by the way, you can always just say hi, or just text an emoji to the number. I'll still answer you. You can also join our Discord server to chat with other fans, meet past guests of the show, and hosts from the Breakthrough Show Network. Just go to bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough, bit.ly/Discord Breakthrough. And if that link doesn't work, send me a message on whatever platform you know me on, and I'll be happy to send you a personalized link that will work properly. Because sometimes that one, when you type it in, it's just not it's not friendly, and I don't know why. It is what it is. Thank you guys for joining me today, wherever you are in the world. Jason's going to be here tomorrow. Will you be here tomorrow is the question. We're going to have a big birthday celebration, and we're going to have so much fun. I am your host, Jessica Dugas. I want to thank you for watching or listening wherever you are in the world today. And I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.
Hello to the Breakthrough Show. It's Shirley Ian.